Sorry.
That was
We're
fine.
going to have time.
Got me carried, so
Yeah,
we're
no
fine.
problem.
We're
We're
fine.
going to
We're
have
fine.
time to keep going. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the ADM2 wiki page. The ADM2 is the electronic developer magazine for OS2, which has a lot of time on the internet. Since the early days of the internet, there was the ADM2. It was like an electronic magazine that used to have like issues from month to month, and now, after that it changed to a website when people post the articles, and now, some years ago it also changed into a wiki where the same articles, and people can also put more articles. The idea of this wiki is that it's only for OS2 development related activities. So the rest of OS2 goes to the OS2 World Wiki. Here goes only the software development related stuff. Yeah, that is the idea. Maybe there is some article about like a software review of something that is not supposed to be here, but eventually will be moved to the OS2 World Wiki. But the idea is to have here only articles about development, articles about software development books for OS2, books reviews, articles about software development tools. They're also here. Okay, so that is the idea of ADM2. As a difference for the OS2 World, from the OS2 World Wiki, this wiki is very good organized. It's not like the OS2 World Wiki that on the main page you have disconnected pages and maybe you have to search. This wiki, it has a lot of more work, and everything is connected, so you can access, I think, almost everything from the main page and going surfing down from the pages. Okay, so this is like, it has like a more work on it and a more professional layout. Okay, just to remember the old ADM2 web page. It used to be an Amazon partner, and here Jeff Bezos sent us their regards long time ago, before he was the richest man on earth. We appreciate ADM2 for being an Amazon.com associate, and we agree to ship books and provide customer service for orders. We receive, they used to be links on ADM2 to Amazon to get OS2 books. Yeah, and but it doesn't mean Jeff Bezos is sending us money. We need the money, Jeff. If you're hearing us, Jeff, please. We need money for the ADM2, or more content, more books, more people writing reviews, more people developing. Yeah, and that we will ask Jeff Bezos. Okay, going back to the wiki. So this is normal, like the script is called Media Wiki, is the same Media Wiki script from the Wikipedia. And you have the usually tabs on the top, and how the articles are organized. First, we have the articles organized by topic, and there are several topics. The first one is Presentation Manager, second one is System Object Management, SOM, Driver Development, Scripting. Scripting is Rex and any other thing that can go into non-compiled languages. Multimedia, networking. Then we have like a common category called languages, which has like more focuses to C, C++, ABA, the different kind of languages, articles that used to be there, and they were put under languages. Porting, which has articles about porting from Unix to OS2, porting something from Windows to OS2. There are some articles about that. Also some articles about games and localization to optimize the languages, to have several languages on software. No? And miscellaneous articles, that is, I don't know what on which category to put it, it goes to miscellaneous. Okay, the rest goes there. Okay, so let's see, for example, Presentation Manager, I think, is the category with more articles. So what we try to do here, we are actually putting the ADM2 articles that that are part of the wiki, that we have the license to posting on the wiki, on the left side, okay? And we have, and there are some other good and great articles about presentation manager that we didn't get permission to republish, but since this is the internet, we can link it. We put it that on the right side, okay? So these are wiki articles. For example, here we have from 2005, Samuel's OS2 programming tricks, and we have the name of the article and the author. We have like How Do I Do It by Eric Slatz, a lot of parts from his article, etc. And we have here the other links, okay? So if I go to an article, I can see the content of the article. It used to have, it usually has some source code, and we try to get all the correct format and that the article looks fine, okay? And the other are links. Let's see if they're active links. Sometimes we have dead links and we have to replace them. No, it's working fine, okay? So on that way we can try, if we need to learn more about Presentation Manager, we have several articles and other articles that are linked from here. We also have like, if I go to an author page, I like to create like a little, I try to put like some little profile about the author, where it's located. If there was some kind of biographic description about the author, I try to put it here. And all the articles that are posted. For example, here I noticed that Samuel has a lot of articles that I haven't published here. I need to check on Samuel. And he did give me permission to republish his article. Maybe those articles are lost forever. There's one option. Or maybe I was lazy and I didn't pour it to the EDM2 wiki. I hope that is the second one, because if I'm not able to find these articles, it will be a real a loss for the community, a loss for the knowledge of the community. Let's go to the main page. The main page also has some new wiki pages created. The latest pages that are created on the wiki, or the latest articles, are posted here for people to know about it. And these are pages. Well, it's the same thing. A page and an article is like the same thing, just that an article we try to put the name of the author. It's like an article is like the opinion of the author. A page is like describing something like more like encyclopedia way. Okay, we try to do that. For example, here on new wiki pages, we have the ACPI project architecture, which is in fact based. I wrote it, but I tried to write it without any personal opinion. Just trying to write the concept of the ACPI driver package, based on a presentation that David Asawerix did like 2 years ago, and with the graphic, also the architecture. Okay. And this is, for example, the last articles on this wiki were created by me. The last one I created was in February of this year. That was how to create your first RPM package on ArcOS. Okay, so I also write. Let me check. I'm going to click on my name to remember what I have done on the wiki. Yeah, this is my profile, my contact information. And I have created these articles, creating your first RPM package on ArcOS. Then, earlier on this year, I say, okay, I never compiled a driver. I don't know how to develop a driver, but I want to see how it is the procedure to compile the driver. So I asked on the forums, people were saying yes, no, try this, try that, until I find like a little sample from an older warp stock, and I was able to create to compile a simple device driver that you can put it on the config list. It will load and boot. It will give you a message, and it will continue. Okay, so it was just something that I wanted to learn, and as a result of my learning procedure, I wrote this article. When I say, okay, you need all of this, I found a source code from driver one that is, oh, I don't remember, I didn't say it. It was from Warstock 99. There was a driver sample created by Frank Mellinger that I found the files, and I say, okay, I want to compile it today. Like, how much? 19 years later. So I make the exercise on my computer, and as a result, I wrote this article, little by little. There's no rush. So here's the path, here's the compile. I like to put pictures in everything. I don't know why. I'm the pictures guy. Some other it's like generation change. There were the guys that only like text. I like pictures. Maybe I like more comics, and the next generation wants videos. Okay, I hate videos. When I try to find what was the command that used to do that, and Google just gave me a video for the first, and I have to see a 5-minute video just when someone can put it on the picture just right there. Okay? Some other looks for text. It's like the generation change. And here's the procedure, how I run the make file. I don't understand everything completely, but I try to create something, okay? And here, I think here's the driver loading. Here's the picture of the driver loading. Yeah? Warpstock Europe, 99, driver one. And there's the driver. At least I was able to compile a driver, not to understand it, not to develop a driver, but at least I was able to compile it. Some other article I wrote also was compiling a OS2 presentation manager programming samples on like 2 years ago, okay? This was some samples that I found in Charles Petzold's book. And I said, okay, I want to compile it today. I want to see how can I do it, where I can get all the tools to compile this. So I say, okay, I'm going to do it with John, and I'm going to install all these development tools, which maybe some are not required for the samples, but it's saying, okay, this is what I found. Yeah, I think these are all the tools required to compile VirtualBox. Yeah, but I say I'm going to grab the same environment. I don't care, just install it over there. It takes some hard disk space, but it doesn't harm the system. It doesn't overload it. So I got installed everything, and with that tools I was able to compile some presentation manager samples. Here's the program that I was able to compile, just to test how it was working. Then here are welcome 3, welcome 4. It's very important. I think that in OS2 something that nags a lot is the make file, or the procedure to compile things. Yeah, it's already hard enough to create the program, to code everything, and then you have the issue that you need to make the make file and the compile procedure. It's another nag. The good thing is that once you make the make file, you never touch it again. But understanding make files is like a challenge to me, okay? Yeah.
Martin, so what did you have to use to get the compile? Did you have to use a set of work frame, CSET2?
No.
No, I just
Yum
used.
installed, that was the development environment installed by Yum.
It was Yum.
Yeah, to compile this,
Anytime.
everything, to compile this window.
35
This-
different things, of which 2 are needed.
Yeah.
with another things that I need. But everything is on the public repository, RPM or Jump repository from NetLabs.
That's nice.
So you have, I compile this with GCC. I use GCC here to compile
Wow.
presentation manager applications.
Things have improved.
Yeah? Yeah, no, I didn't, there are
It's
some
actually
things.
easier to install with just
Yeah.
Visual Age or CSAT. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, to be honest, there are people that provide all the development environment, like a huge file, but it's hard, well, once you compress it, you have to prepare the environment. With Jump, you just send that command line with a lot of stuff you need, and it's everything ready there.
That's nice.
So I think it's an improvement.
Major.
Of course, that for something specific, if I got something developing in Visual Age for C++, you require Visual Age. But for this presentation manager, from this book, from this presentation manager examples,
Actually,
example from this book,
that's
it was
Microsoft C6 originally,
Yeah.
or 5.1 actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no,
It's
there-
amazing.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Please, don't get me wrong. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I know something about software development. I studied that in college, but I haven't done C++ or C development professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is try to, okay, what is the most simple way to compile a presentation manager example from this book?
Yeah.
And I asked on the forums, people help me, say, okay, try this. Well, they asked me, for example, I don't know much about the GCC compiler. They say me, oh, it's the -O. I don't know what it does. I
Yeah.
think then I get to the more difficult or more advanced examples, and they tell me, oh no, you need to include this because now you are like, I don't know if the word is binding files or joining together the C and the diff and the def and the definition file in one, and you need the log, and they help me with the scripting or with the command that I had to run to compile the sample. This is just, well, and this is very, supposedly it's very simple, but I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's why I always check the make file, and for me the make files are very complex to follow the procedure of a make file.
Right.
Yeah, so that is a stopper for me to compile more things. And I think this is like the last sample from the book. I didn't read all the book, just by the way.
Yeah.
I was saying, okay, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, compile. This one does the compile. Help me on the forums. Oh, now compile. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So I go that way. That it was very straightforward. It was, my goal was not to learn presentation manager. My goal was to try to compile sample from the 96 today.
1996 book.
With current tools.
Yeah, with current tools.
With
Yeah.
current tools.
You
Yeah.
could have just
And-
taken the OS2 DDK and used the C compiler in there.
But I
That
can
was the
use
one it
that.
was- That was what it was written for.
But I say no. I want to do GCC. I want to do it. It's personal thing. I want to do with a compiler that is not dead.
Yeah.
With a compiler
Right.
that,
Right.
or even if it's dead, it's open source, and maybe someone in the future can take the source code and improve it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between closed source and open source. For me, closed source, even if it's supported, is fusion abandonware.
Mm-hmm.
Open source has the chance
Yeah.
to evolve in something.
No, that's nice.
Okay?
Neat.
Yeah. And please notice that I created some articles here, but I'm not a developer, I'm not a software developer.
Yeah.
Okay? Or the quick and dirty hello world with GCC. I wanted to try that. How do you compare? This is very simple. Another article I wrote in 2013 using JIT under ecom station. Okay? So I can learn, it was just the years I was learning to upload things on GitHub, and I wanted to write something about how people can work with JIT, what are the common commands to push files, to add files. So it's all command line. I say, okay, just install all this from Jam, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's good.
Jam install JIT. You have to configure JIT. What is this? Yeah, you can point to a text editor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use it, but I just pointed. I clone a repository, command line. It created me. It copied the files. Clone it. Then I can generate JIT status to see what changes can be committed, and some other changes. Oh, I changed a README. I think it was the idea of the article was just to change a README, and after that commit the changes. Okay, so from the command line I committed the changes to the repository. Then I added some files, Git push is the thing that is the command that push things over the repository. And then I try to check some pictures, how it looked like in GitHub, and the last one was to commit some files. Oh, here is this, how to add the files, then you commit, and then you push. Yeah, so it was like very,
Nice.
very entry level articles that I wrote for ADM2. Okay, ADM2, let me see. Okay, the important thing, I was forgetting the important thing. I have 2 projects on ADM2 that are very hiding on the bottom. There are the list of OS2 documentation and the OS2 API project, okay? The list of OS2 documentation is only based on software development. It doesn't have the books or the documentation of how to use OS2, only how to develop it. We have OS2 development and programming manuals from IBM, from version 1, 2, and Warp, okay? Some other IBM publications. For example, just go to OS2 Warp development manuals. I try to I ask permission from IBM to republish their manuals and to link control programming, the guide and reference, GPI guide and reference, so we can try to have some direct links to this important development documentation from OS2 Warp. We have the in files or PDF. I don't know, maybe someone young wants to see the PDF. To search something faster from that. Warp reference, we try to get like the latest version, and if there are different editions, we are also trying to collect the links to different editions of these books, okay? So it's like a lot. Object Rex, TCP, the OS2 Debugging Handbook, first edition, etc. So this is the IBM documentation. I went to IBM and request permission. They give me permission to republish the documentation and link. The other thing, well, from also Redbooks, we put Redbooks in another category because the page was growing too much. So we separated to Redbooks to the other article or to other page, OS2 2.x, 1.x, and some publications. And we have the list of OS2 development related books. And these are the commercial OS2 books. So we try to list them with the author, publisher, year, ISBN code. And if the book has been published online on the Internet Archive, we have a link to it, okay? So there are some books that the Internet Archive has scanned on his project. The Internet Archive just grab books. They have I don't know, they call it book drive. I don't know if it's a common word. A book drive is that you donate your book to the Internet Archive or you donate your book to a library. So they grab it, since they are a digital library, they scan it and they put the book in a container. And the digital book goes online. So there are some books, these are from the 1.x ages.
You could mail them a book or something about it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, yes, you can mail them a book, but it will take longer to scan it, they put it on the
On the queue?
queue, yeah, so it happens, well, from time to time, I keep checking from time to time to see if there's something new, yeah. What they do is that they publish, I was thinking about a different question. They publish the book in a way it cannot be copied. So I don't have it, we have one here. Let me check which one will be like a good example. Let's see if this one. When you go to the Internet Archive, or, no, this was the review, sorry, it's not the book, this is the review. We have reviews and we have the books, right? For example, this is the open library, and you can read the ebook. And some others you can do, well, this is a PDF that is available online. But in some cases, the Internet Archive scans a book, but put it in a non-copy format, which is like you can check it out, you can read it, and you can return it to the library, just like check out and check in from a library. And if you don't return in 5 days, they'll be, I don't know if it was 5 days, they will check it out for you. And you can only see it on the web browser. You can download it with the Adobe Digital Edition scene, and it will download the book encrypted. You will be able to see it from a few days, and then it's gone. So they have like that security. So they can also protect anyone complaining about intellectual property or copyrights. Okay, so we're trying to get as much as books we can get, so we can get the book, the samples, and the review if we have all the information of each book. So anyone that wants to learn about, for example, Presentation Manager, there are a few books available online, like this one, or advanced, this one that can be, there are several books from Presentation Manager. So the knowledge is there to learn. Now we need the people with the time and attitude to learn Presentation Manager, okay? This is an ongoing project because it takes time for the Internet Archive to keep scanning books. It may take some years. So it's like a continuous project that I go, oh, let's see today what does Internet Archive has. Oh, that's interesting, I update the page. Okay, so this is something like I check every month to see what's going on. And if I found something new, I try to post it here. And the other is the OS2 API project. This project was not started by me, it was long before on the wiki.
Yeah.
When we were trying to document each of the functions of the OS2 API. I just put it on this format where there are the base, maybe something is wrong over there, but I try to put here the IBM things from the IBM APIs, the native IBM APIs that come with OS2 on this area. Then we have some third-party OS2 based APIs that are APIs or libraries created for OS2 by other parties, okay? And there are several ones. For example, I want to include the David's DRV32 documentation here. I will have to check it. And then we have the, very poorly documented, the OS2 ported APIs. Where are the most, these one are the ones that we have, that Bitwise or other people had ported to the OS2 world from the Unix world. Okay, so here we have Cairo, what else? Everything I can try to find, or libraries that are on the RPM zone. It doesn't make sense to document each function for example, for Pixman. Pixman is a graphics library that works with Cairo and is used for Firefox, or it used to be used by Firefox, I don't know that, but is related to Cairo, and so we explain a little bit what is Cairo, what is Pigman, and just point to the site for the manual. But on the OS2 APIs, let's try the kernel execution environment. We are trying to document each function based on IBM documentation, based on documentation on the forums, based on anything I can find on Google. So we try to create like, here's the information about this function. Yeah, these are kernel functions. For example, we can see Presentation Manager, which is incomplete. Let me see. Yeah, you see, I'm missing a lot. Yeah, for example, the famous Win register class, the syntax, the user explanation, parameters, and returns. Okay, and sample code related functions. For example, this is a good sample of what we're trying to do. We're trying to make every function documented here, okay? Control program is very interesting. Where is control program? Okay, no, this is the data types, not the functions. Here are the functions. Because I have the AP from the latest warp version here, and then we also need to have documented the legacy functions, just in case some developer finds some old software that is in the legacy function and wanted to, I don't know, update it. So for example, DOS get date time, that is the function that gets you the time, right? So if I go to the legacy one, is marked as legacy, and I have a warning that tells me you are looking at the old one, you should see the replacement that has the same name. So if I see the replacement, well, the replacement is the one using an OS to warp, okay? So we're trying to do that. We are still missing things. I think control program is like almost complete. I have some warnings. Oh, sorry, it goes too fast. But I have, for example, some warnings on things that are not very nicely documented. I used to have a discussion on the forum about these functions that say, yeah, the manual says this function exists, but I never found it, or it's not implemented as it says on the manual, or it doesn't work, something like that. So I tried to put like some information about it. Some guy is reporting that it doesn't work, so you can be advised. And if someone else wants to refute that, we have the discussion page. We can try to work out and put like, this guy found out this thing about this function, and this other guy found out this thing about the same function. So we're trying to, we don't have too much discussion about this.
Right.
But well, at least we're trying to document it, okay? It's kind of a long work, and I don't think I will ever finish, but at least I'm trying. For example, GPI.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, but GPI, graphic programming interface, is very long and it's very, very important for the graphic user interface. Yeah, I'm not yet sure how to which component compare GPI. I don't know if it's like Cairo or if it's like.
But you pretty much need it if you want to get
Yeah.
deeply into PM.
Yeah,
also.
it's like the base of PM. It's like PM says, I want to make a circle, and you call the PM function to create something that is circular, and PM calls GPI to make the circle. Yeah, something like that, for what I understand. I'm not an expert in this area. I'm sorry, Joe says you have to know what you talk about. I'm not kind of an expert on this area, so I'm talking about something that I really don't know, okay? Yeah. So this is what we're trying to do with the API documentation project. Yeah. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna comment that there's a project that was on the mainframe.
Okay.
Graphical Data Display Manager,
Oh.
GDDM.
GDDM,
And
okay.
if you wanna look at the GDDM and then see what they did in the UK
Okay.
to bring GDDM over to OS2,
Oh, okay.
way back in the 1990 days.
Oh, but it's like a separate library that is, it's like the graphic library for the mainframe on OS2?
No,
something
no.
like that, or it?
GDDM was on the host on the mainframe.
Yeah.
But some of the concepts and
Okay,
some
the
of
concept.
the functions
Yeah.
come from
Okay.
GDDM.
Wasn't there a way to do graphics?
So
in
maybe
32
GPI is based on that.
Yep, yes, yep.
So you could address the pixels on
Pixels on exactly.
32 right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. So this is the
So they took
idea.
a lot of that code.
Okay. So this is the idea of the OS2 API project, and I also try to document. For example, I have the, Glass PM C++ API. I have it documented. It's for OS2, so I have the classes. Yeah, For example, just I have a lot of, I try to document a lot of libraries I'm finding. This document is the one that are ported from the ported APIs, that are the one from the Linux world. It doesn't make sense, I just add a link, go visit the website, they have their documentation there. But at least we know there is an OS2 version of it. So if someone is familiar with Pixman, with libpng from the Unix world or the Linux world, when you go to OS2, say, oh, you have libpng ported, that's good for me because I know the library. You have Pixman ported, it's good for me, okay? So this is the EDM2 webpage I wanted to show. It is like I told you, it has more structure. To access this wiki, it's public, but to edit the wiki you need permission from Adrian from NetLabs. It is managed by Adrian from NetLabs. The hosting is provided by NetLabs. So Adrian can give you permission if you want to do something, or if it's taking too much time, you can ask me, look, Martin, I want to publish this, and I will publish it. There is no problem, okay? So that's all. This is, the license of this wiki is also the Creative Commons share alike, just like Wikipedia. So also if we disagree, if we fight and we have problems, we can fork and be happy, everyone on their own side, okay?
EDM3.
Yeah, EDM3, EDM4, I don't know.
EDM4.
EDM4, yeah. Nah, something
That's
like that.
cool.
But well, since I'm not like, well, it's like Adrian is the owner of EDM2, I'm just like the main man in charge, or the one that has
Curator.
like the highest privilege on the wiki, and then there are others that change things also. Okay.
The curator.
What?
The curator.
Co-writer, yeah, I'm like the co-writer. Okay? Any questions? So this is like a great asset for us two developers,
Super.
and I try to respect it as much as I can, and try not to screw things. I'm very experimental, but on this wiki I'm trying not to be experimental. On this wiki I'm trying to document as much as possible, even if it's, for example, I always have some problems with the other editor that says, an educated C++ developer should know this, so I'm deleting all this stuff. So, well, I'm guessing people here are not educated C++ developer. I don't care, I just want to put knowledge there. Okay, so I'm not trying to assume the level of knowledge of the reader. Yeah? Okay?
Do you add discussion to these, to?
Ooh, a lot, yeah. So do you mean the discussion page?
Discussion page, sometimes
Yeah,
people
we discuss a lot and we fight a lot sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But,
Ah.
well, that's, from the, well, there are some comments.
Okay.
In my opinion, well, another thing, sarcasm is not good for
Yeah.
for comments on a wiki or anywhere else.
Well, did I say something sarcastic to you
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay.
No, but I used to get sarcasm and say, okay, comparisons are not, I don't know, this is like, you know, like a hellhole. What is a hellhole? I don't know, well, some words like that. You know. It's sarcasm. So no, I don't think this link should go to this place.
Yeah.
That's the opinion, I think. Not that this looks like a hellhole. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, so that's all from the EDM2 wiki, and well, you're all welcome to contribute, to read it, to take advantage of the documentation that is there. It's all there free, and to edit it also. If you want to write something, we can talk to Adrian for an access, or you can contact me, and I will try to put things there also. Okay?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Super.
Very nice.